how the presentation of choices dramatically affects our decisions.
Framing effects.
Exactly. This is where Kahneman and Tversky's Nobel-winning work on prospect theory comes in. It was a huge shift from older economic models.
Okay.
Traditional theory assumed people make decisions based on the final state of wealth. Prospect theory showed that, actually, we think in terms of gains and losses relative to a reference point. And crucially, our feelings about gains and losses are not symmetrical.
You mean loss aversion?
Precisely. For most people, losses loom larger than gains. You almost certainly dislike losing, say, $100 more than you like winning $100.
That feels true.
This makes us generally risk-averse when choosing between a sure gain and a gamble with a potentially higher gain. But here's the twist. When we're choosing between options that are all bad, we suddenly become risk-seeking.
Wait, why?
Because of diminishing sensitivity. The pain of losing $200 isn't twice as bad as losing $100. So if you face a sure loss of $100 versus a 50% chance of losing $200 and 50% chance of losing nothing, many people will gamble, hoping to avoid any loss, even though the expected outcome is the same or worse.
Okay, that's counterintuitive. And this loss aversion shows up elsewhere.
Oh yes, the endowment effect is a great example. Remember the Muggs experiment?
Vaguely.
Refresh my memory.
Sure. Researchers gave half the participants a free coffee mug. Then they asked them how much they'd sell it for. The other half didn't get a mug and were asked how much they'd pay for one.
Yeah.
The sellers typically demanded about twice as much money to give up the mug they now owned compared to what the buyers were willing to pay to acquire one.
Just because they own it for a few minutes. Yep. Giving up the mug felt like a loss, and that loss aversion kicked in automatically. It wasn't about the mug's objective value. It was about the pain of parting with something that was theirs.
Wow. So owning something instantly makes it feel more valuable to us.
For most people, yes. Though interestingly, experienced traders show less of this effect. They learn to overcome it. But it highlights this deep-seated aversion to loss. It connects to a broader principle Kahneman notes. Bad is stronger than good.
What do you mean?
Think about it socially, emotionally. A single negative event, a harsh criticism, a trauma, often has a much bigger and longer-lasting impact than a positive event or praise. He uses the analogy. A single cockroach will completely wreck the appeal of a bowl of cherries.
But a cherry will do nothing at all for a bowl of cockroaches. Yeah, I get that.
Exactly. Bad emotions, bad feedback, bad parenting, they tend to outweigh the good. In golf, studies show players try significantly harder to avoid a bogey, a loss relative to par, than they do to achieve a birdie, a gain relative to par.
Even though they're both just one stroke difference from par?
Right. That asymmetric intensity shows up everywhere. It makes negotiations over a shrinking pie where everyone feels like they're losing something particularly tough and acrimonious.
Okay,